I stress out. It's like I'm raising kids. I feel that's why I'm losing my hair. Look at this. I'm 26 with a comb over. Look at that. It's horrible. I'm just happy it's not windy today. It just be flapping. I'm like, whoa. Like on a windy day, my hair looked like those things outside a car dealership. Like my hair's like Pangea. It was connected at one point. And one day a little island broke off. When it's windy, I just walk with the wind. I'm like, I'm going this way, back this way, I guess. Back this way.
Welcome back to the show. This next comic coming up is so funny. I once saw them make Helen Keller. I once saw them tell a joke. Okay. Welcome back. This next comic coming up is so funny. I once saw them tell a joke that made Helen Keller do a spit take. It also may have been because she picked up somebody else's glass. Enjoy this next clip. You can see and hear it.
I don't have a job right now. Woo! I applied to Target. The worst part about the Target application is they make you give 3 references. Yeah, I could come up with a few references. I just don't want anyone to know I applied to Target. I moved away from home not too long ago. I don't want my friends back there being like, hey, why'd Steven move 2,000 miles away? I think he wanted to work at Target. Does he know there's more than one? I don't understand what the Target people ask your references when they call them. Just, hello, do you know Steven? Yes. Does he own a red shirt? Yes. Thank you. Click. Come to Target. I've had jobs. I used to work at a grocery store as a bagger. I remember when they called me to set up that interview, the woman on the phone, she goes, we'd like you to come in. What does your schedule look like? Yeah, that's kind of a stupid question to ask an unemployed person. I'm just like, well, right now I'm eating spaghetti. And then after that, I won't be. And then I'll die sometime in the future. But I could probably find some time to come in. The bagger job was so stupid, I didn't even know how to answer the questions at the interview. They asked me why I would be a good fit for the position. I'm like, I have hands. That's the only job interview. It should be over as soon as you shake hands with the person. If you have the motor skills to fill out the bagger application, you're qualified. After I worked there, they gave me a packet. It was titled 13 Easy Steps to Staying Motivated in the Workplace. That's good. It's nice to know it takes more steps to stay motivated there than it does to cure your alcoholism. Which kind of makes sense when you consider one of the leading causes of alcoholism, bagging groceries for money, is right up there. I got a quarterly review after 3 months. My boss, he told me I needed to take more initiative. Yeah. I feel like his point was undermined, though, because he was 45 and he worked at a grocery store. He's like, you need initiative. I'm like, you need night school. My friend's trying to help. He told me I should look for a job on Craigslist. That's good. My parents can rest easy knowing I'll be starting my career the same place I bought my used mattress. But I looked on Craigslist. There's some jobs there that probably should not be there. Like parents looking for babysitters. Yeah. At some point, it's got to be safer. Just leave the kid home alone. Like, I guess the parents were afraid a stranger might break in, so instead they invited one over. That way when the kidnapping occurs, there's no damage to the locks. I guess that's the thought process. I worked at Sears for a little bit. I worked loss prevention. That means it was my job to stop shoplifters. Yeah. I used to lie a lot, though, so I wouldn't actually have to catch anyone. My boss would be like, hey, I think that guy's stealing. No matter what, I'd be like, nah, I don't think he is. There'd be a guy pushing a ping pong table out the back door. I'm like, no, he came in with that. I like working loss prevention because there was no uniform or dress code. They tell you to just wear normal stuff to blend in with the shoplifters. Yeah. So I only wore clothes I stole from the store. My boss is like, you need to put that back. I'm like, you need to stop blowing my cover. Now help me push this ping pong table to my car. Let's do this. I got fired from Sears, though, hard to believe. Here's something interesting. When you get fired from Sears, they still make you do an exit interview. That was a little tense. They asked me what I would change about the organization. We can start with the termination policy. Not really on board with that. If there's time, we can probably also cover the exit interview policy. This is weird. They got mad at me, though, because I admitted I had never read the employee handbook. Like, in terms of the books in my life that I need to read, I've never read the Bible. If I die and Jesus is quizzing me on the 10 Commandments, I can't be like, thou shalt not clock in for thy fellow employees. I read the handbook like afterwards to see what I was missing. There's a chapter in the Sears handbook titled Washing Your Hands After You Go to the Bathroom. That's not a sentence or a paragraph. That's a chapter. So if you go to the bathroom and don't know what to do, you can check the index. Which seems like a waste of time, because if you don't know to wash your hands, you probably don't know how to read. Just saying. I found out something interesting. The federal government, I found out, doesn't technically count you as unemployed if you stopped looking for work. Like I think some people don't like that. I kind of like it when I'm talking to my mom, because she's like, are you still unemployed, Stephen? Not today, I wasn't. She's like, you found a job? No, Mom, it turns out there's a third option now, and it's awesome. I think the problem for me is I don't know what to say at job interviews. Like, I don't know when you're supposed to tell the truth. It's like, so, Stephen, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Probably sitting here trying to convince you to rehire me.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt once said, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." That's crazy. No, he did say it. No idea what it means, but I looked it up on the internet. It's true. He said it. Actually, it has nothing to do with the next clip. I was just trying to prove to you guys that I read things. Enjoy the next clip.
Look, I'm just going to get right to it. I just did a show in a town called Plantation, Florida. Yeah. Swear to God, you cannot make this up. Plantation, Florida. Take your phones out and Google it. Plantation, Florida. In Plantation, Florida, they actually have a plantation museum where you can go there and learn about slavery. Yeah. For $5, you can go in the back and pick cotton like the slaves. Yeah. White lady came over to me and was like, would you like to pick some cotton? I said, who the hell are you talking to like that? What you know about? Oh, you asked everybody? I'm sorry, I didn't see you ask everybody. I picked that window. I didn't see you ask everybody. You can't just roll up on black people talking about picking cotton. Then they had a tour guide. She had a bunch of facts about slavery. Once again, I'm the only black person there. So every time she give a fact, everybody turn around and look at me. It's like, is that true? I don't know about no slavery. I sleep with white women. Okay? Let me tell you that. A lot. Plantation, it was a cool place to go. I loved love traveling. I got the best job in the world, man. This is just the best. I was over in Sydney, Australia, and the comedy club owner was real cool. He took me over to travel and see places. He took me to the zoo, which was fun. It's strange when you go to the zoo as an adult, though. You know, as a kid, it's real fun. When you go as an adult, some people might think that's kind of creepy. You know, when they're walking around, everybody was holding their kids like. But I'll tell you, the one cool thing was I'm in there, and this is a true story. I'm starting to believe in evolution. Yeah. I'm walking through the zoo. Swear to God, I walked by one of the cages, and me and one of the monkeys had a moment. Swear to God, he was like this. Psst. He walked a little closer to me. And he walked right up to the edge of the cage and he went, "You got some weed?" I said, "What are you talking about?" He ran up like, "Snitch!" He was in jail. One of the coolest things I ever did, though, was right here in our town at the Griffith Observatory. I went to the Griffith Observatory. Really cool, man. You go at night, you look up at the stars. I mean, I'm having a great time. I'm looking at the moon and Venus and Saturn. And this white guy was in there just a little too excited for me. You know, like, let me tell you something. They just found 2 new planets just like Earth. I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. He's like, no, listen to me. There could be other life forms out there, 2 planets just like Earth. Wouldn't you want to be the first person to go up in space? I'm like, hell no. I'm not getting on no ship. My people fell for that once. I'm not going. You're gonna have me on Venus picking cotton. I ain't falling for that. I'm starting to get old though. I'm at that age, like I've been doing comedy for a while. I'm starting to fall apart, man. I'm getting old. Like I'm at the age now where things hurt for no reason. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Like this is a true story. You cannot make this up. You can't even write this. The other day I answered my phone and pulled a pec muscle. That's when you're falling apart. We just go, hello? Oh damn it. This is 9 months ago I had kidney stones. Worst pain in the world. I don't wish it on my worst enemy, but those that never had it, it is worse than childbirth. This is the worst, because every time I say it, there's always a woman like, how do you know? You know how I know? Because a rock came out my penis. That's how I know. Until you birth some asphalt, shut the hell up. That's all I'm saying. It's worse. I didn't take it home and try and name it and tell people it looked like me. And try and get rock support. No, this is worse. Anyway, I get to so here's what I hate. This is true story. This is what I hate, man. The pain was so bad, I'm going in and out of consciousness. This is what I hate. Paramedics come, rush me to the hospital, but they just go assume and then rush me to the hospital in the hood. Like, he'll feel safer there. No, I didn't. I got insurance. I don't know them. First of all, I don't feel safe with a Dr. Pansag. He got gold teeth. He came over to my bed like, yo, you all right? I was like, hell no, I ain't all right. Y'all need to take me where y'all take white people stat. I'm not happy. I need to see Dr. McDreamy and the Chief and the little mean Asian chick or Dr. House or something. Cause let me tell you something now, because I watch the TV show House, I don't trust hospitals. Because you see, they practice medicine. It's not an exact science. They be winging it. You ever watch House? Somebody go to Dr. House, something wrong with my elbow. He be like, cut his penis off.
Hi, I'm Tyler Bowe, and you're watching Comedy Time. Hey, do you like jokes about dogs? Well, this next comedian doesn't take requests, so you're going to get whatever kind of jokes they want to tell you, and you're going to like it. Yeah, you will.
Thank you. You've been a great audience. Let me leave you with this. You know what's life-changing? Everything, all the time, constantly, every second of every day, always, forever. And meth. Meth can be life-changing if you do it right. Speaking, I saw a sticker on a car today that said, "Give kids hugs, not drugs." And my first thought was, yeah, that's a good idea. My immediate follow-up thought was, I'm probably getting the same amount of prison time for doing either one of those things. I feel like I'd be better off going to a crowded playground and just throwing out fistfuls of crack rock like birdseed, rather than showing up like, hey, who wants a hug? Give me a hug. Give me a hug. What's that, officer? No, I don't have children of my own. I saw a bumper sticker and a do what signs tell me. I'm an idiot. Sorry if I seem tired. I have not been sleeping a lot lately. Where I live, the communal washer and dryer to my entire apartment complex backs up to my living room wall. Wow, you guys are really sympathetic. So, exactly, like I can hear people doing laundry all hours of the night and day, which is not bad as long as people are washing human laundry. Shirts, pants, socks, stuff like that, right? I got a new neighbor who doesn't understand any of this. Every 2 days, she's like, oh my God, it's 3:30 in the morning. This is a perfect time to wash a load of zippers, nickels, and drill bits. What? What are you doing down there, lady? Drying a robot? What's happening? No, it's just my belt buckle collection. Don't worry. I got 2 more loads, spark plugs and old bike pedals. Is that okay? Yeah, that's great. Thanks. I think toothpaste commercials are getting out of hand. Calm down, your toothpaste. Saw an ad where a beautiful woman, a stunningly beautiful woman, gets on a crowded public bus, crowded rush hour public bus. Beautiful woman, crowded bus, gets on, smiles at a guy she doesn't know. The guy smiles back. Crest, smile and the world smiles back. Yeah, Crest, I'm sure that works if you're a hot chick. I'm guessing if I get on that same bus and start smiling at people and making eye contact, no one's smiling back at me. Mothers are gonna hold their children closer. Probably take some mace to this area. Maybe you're riding a cop car later. I don't know. And what's more disturbing is who's smiling on a public bus? You see anybody smiling on a public bus? That person just got out of prison. It's like prison cell, public bus. Hey, there's a lot less forced sex on this bus. All right. I like it. I watch a lot of baseball. I like baseball. It's one of my favorite sports. 3 people like it. The rest of you are un-American. That's fine. Or else you're all my ex-girlfriends, one of the two. I watch the Major League Baseball Network, which is a great channel that talks about baseball 24/7, and it's real exciting when the season is going on. And it takes a real big dip in the action when there is no baseball to be played. I caught it 4 months before spring training this year, and these 2 guys were just out of topics. They were like, where do your kids go to school? What's your wife's maiden name? Like, they had nothing baseball related. Until one guy seemingly just pulls a topic out of thin air. And he goes, hey, what if the players from back in the day were to come back now and see the way the game is played? The other guy's like, ooh, a topic, yeah. And his quote was, yeah, I mean, if Babe Ruth came back today, the first thing he'd say is, wow, look at the velocity on these pitches. And I'm sitting at home like, I don't know about that. I don't claim to know Babe Ruth. I don't claim to come from the time of Babe Ruth. But I've read a couple history books. And I'm guessing if Babe Ruth came back today to see the way the game is played, one of the first things he might say is, good Lord, there's a lot of black people playing this game. What? Number 2 would be, why are my powers useless against them? Number 3 would be something like, get me a Cuban cigar. What? Turns into a trade embargo joke at the end, guys. Literally the highest brow thing I'll say all night. I don't want to have kids. That's the proper response. No. Most people are like, I've never had a crowd yell out, no, have a bunch of them, weirdo. I'm not anti-child. I don't hate kids. I just don't think kids are right for me. I had a girlfriend 2 months into a relationship, like, hey, what do you think about kids? I was like, no, I don't want kids. And she goes, well, no, not now. And I said, oh, no, not ever. Because I'm super mature. But she got real serious. She's like, you don't want kids. What are you going to do when you're 50? And I looked at her and I said, whatever I want. How does that sound? Maybe read a book, maybe drink a beer, maybe travel, maybe not pay for college for some turd I barely like. All I'm saying is I'll have options, that's all. But I think the real reason I don't want kids is that I have a legitimate fear of dad anger. Dad anger is a real disease that affects 99.9% of all men with children. I know it's real because I've seen it firsthand. 7 years old, watching my dad in the kitchen, getting into a fight, a physical altercation with a piece of individually wrapped American cheese. It just got worse and worse, like, God, cheese, God damn cheese, God damn it! Rips it in half, throws it on the ground, storms out of the kitchen. I'm 7, I'm like, he hates cheese. I don't want to be an adult if I can't love cheese. And as I got older and wiser, I realized that that wasn't about cheese at all. That piece of cheese represented my father's dreams. And his hands represented what me and my brother had done to them. Could have been a National Geographic photographer. God, kids! And I want to love cheese forever, so I'm not going to have kids. Guys, you guys have been fantastic. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your night.